Well, today, fans of Muttley's Garage, we're going to install this now finally, after 3 weeks, laced up rim. This came off the back wheel, so it was spare since that rim is all new. And I'm going to put it on the front wheel. Getting rid of the front, they call them shoe brakes. They're not really drum, they're whatever rim brakes. We're going to switch the Sturmey-archer. I saw a guy with one of these on his bike at the bike race in Columbia County a few months back when I was running the ham radio aid station. So I really liked it, and I do need more front braking. And this is made by Sturmey-archer. This is the 90 millimeter version. The 70 would be a smaller diameter. And why not have the biggest one? They kept wanting to sell these with the generator built in. I don't want a generator. I have a battery. Why do I need a generator? So this became very hard to find, and I don't know why. But we're going to install this. So the first thing we're going to do is remove that tire and wheel and take off the brake shoes, take off the brake cable, which I now have routed to the right side so it matches my motorcycle. I don't know why you do it differently, but apparently they do. So that's the next job, and we'll go from there. All right, I've got the thing upside down. There's most of the weight's on the back, so it just barely rests on the handlebars here, which is the way I want it. I just put the box that had the stuff in it. So we're going to take the wheel off. Let me see if I can find my tripod so we can kind of do this, the right way. Alright, I wanted to point out among all the fast motion video that when they ran this cable through here, they crimped the end piece after the cable was put on because it can't slide through this and it can't slide through here. So it's reasonable for me to cut the end of this. There was plenty of spare in case anyone ever wants to use this setup. I'm going to take it out, remove it from the arm down here. See if you can see it. Yeah, you can. Okay. Remove it from the arm down here. Get all the cable off. I don't think I'm going to run the new cable through there. It just seems like a pain. And furthermore, this cable is terminated on both ends, so I'm just going to route it alongside, which is okay. That was clever that they did that, and it worked well for all those years. I'm not complaining. Also, these appear to be pressed in, welded in, brazed in. It's hard to say. I don't really see much, but it was done in the factory, so I'm just going to leave those in place. But I have removed the brake levers, and I will probably give them to a bike shop or something who wants to use them. They're in good shape. Everything's in good shape here, so I didn't really abuse the bike when I used it all these years. So I didn't use it enough, but I'm using it a lot more now. So there you have it. Back to fast motion. Okay, with the usual amount of effort, we've got all the cables off, cables out. This has all been removed, all the cabling through the steering arm, steering neck, steering head, whatever you call it. And I noticed with the specialized ends, they were kind of larger and sort of drum shaped, and they had a tough time fitting into here. I think that was kind of an older design, and hopefully the smaller one, being the Sturmey-archer, will fit better. I can already tell it's smaller. Boom, it fits right in there. So this is going to be routed in. The first thing we have to do, however, is the thing I really hate doing, and that is taking off this tire and putting it on the other rim. Now, I did ask them, and they did put on a new rim strip because I noticed the rim strip was missing. So, new rim strip on. This is all my stuff. These are all nice new bearings. Beautiful, beautiful engineering. But let's just do a pre-fit here. I believe the brake is on the right-hand side, so I don't think that's going to be a real big deal. And sure enough, it just fits like a glove. And this gets attached with a little arm thing here, so we might want to just sort of pre-fit this, make sure that it all works right. What they use is just a clamp that goes around this, and this gap here slides onto that there. Now whether I do it, it pretty much obviates I got to do it this way, so I'm going to do that. And it looks like this is going to have to open up pretty wide to fit over this. That's the way they designed the arm, which I'm not real happy about, but that's what I got to deal with, so we're going to work on that. Well, one disappointing thing I see is this thing is not concentric right there. So we'll see. I'm going to take it for a test ride after I put this whole stupid thing together and see if these people did this right. Otherwise, I'll be handing them back the entire bike and they get to fix it. So that's quality control for you. So we'll see. Once the tire's on, it may change things a little bit, stretch it back into shape, but yeah, I'm not happy about that at all. Okay, I've got the tire on. It's fully inflated. Gonna tighten it down. It's all centered. And I believe we use these little guys to hold it in place. Not so sure about that. Maybe they go backwards. I don't know. They don't lock on here, so it's not that big of a deal. Put that right there. This guy goes this side. And vice versa on the other one. Everything's lined up, it's in there. I'm going to tighten that up. And they gave me some spare pieces for the cable, but neither here nor there. Okay, so let's just start putting pieces on. Kind of think that goes there. See, I don't think there's sometimes a hole that these pieces lock into, but I don't think those exist on this bike, so I'll utilize these as washers. Since there are no washers and none others provided on this entire system. I also have to put my sensor back on, but I think I'm going to flip it to the other side or move it up further since the lock for the brake arm is in the way. That brake arm kind of stuck out, but then once I set everything in place, it seemed to center just fine. I'm pretty happy with it. So once I bolt these down, I'll tighten that down so that it doesn't try to pull If I tighten this and it wants to pull in, it'll try to pull the wheel this way. So I'll tighten it down first, and then we'll deal. Yeah, there's very little slop on these forks. They cinch together nicely. So we'll tighten this down, and then we'll start running the brake cable. One thing I neglected to do, and I'll do it, is this is used just to keep the bracket down there on the back fork from galling the paint, but I'll just do it because it's probably the right thing to do. Okay, well, the Sturmey-archer is fully installed. Ran a cable there. It's got kind of a long cable. I could slide this up a little bit, but it's really not in the way. And I got my sensor back where it belongs. I think one thing I will do is this fender stay is awfully close to the hub right there. So I'm going to grind that off with a fiber cut-off wheel with my Dremel tool. Anyway, let's zoom back out. And I can adjust up here. I'm not nearly far enough. And then the adjuster there is, yeah, it's kind of in the middle. So I think we're good.